right. Welcome back. And Ysdred is off the screen. No worries. No worries. Last we left off, you guys were headed. You had just been dressed to the nines, soggy nines. I spent the whole break trying to find a pun on that and couldn't. So, sorry.
We found pin.
Hmm?
We found pins on those.
As you've decided to basically cut things short, right? As in go straight to King Gullop the 19th and try and see if you could get basically either get a title or something along those lines to confirm basically your status within the Soggy Court to be able to go and see Bavlorna. So, let's just little flash forward to that particular scene. As you've stepped around, this time King Gullop and his court are ready, in a sense, for you. They've settled the cushions a bit more ritualistically around. Some of them are actually standing up this time. And the as you find yourselves, so Tavaren now in your again, there's that. Actually, let's see. One thing that I forgot to do, I did the charisma check for Tavaren. Can I get a charisma check from Anna, Plum, and Ysdred? I just want to see how scandalous you are.
Oh, no.
Scandalous.
Yes.
So
Could
pure
that
charisma.
be? Is it anything like persuasion or performance, or is it just?
I will allow performance.
Straight.
I will allow performance.
Hey, yo.
I mean,
I rolled a critical hit, but it's
that-
a 19 with a -1.
I'll do performance then.
Okay.
Yes, better.
Okay.
That
Theatrics.
greenish yellow really clashes with her hair.
And Ysdred, I'm not seeing your roll.
23.
23. Why am I not seeing your roll? Huh.
Yeah, that's weird.
It might show up at some
You
point.
did.
Don't know why.
23. Yeah, I think that as you four walk in, adding into the 15 for Tavaren, I think that you definitely cut the pose, right? As you come in, there's definitely sort of muttering of admiration among the court. Despite these this accoutrement is not necessarily fitting you well, you are seen wearing it well. And there's definitely the moment where King Gulp has the gulp, as he maybe sees, as he's sort of looking to the others, maybe seeing in your person the example of monarch that he should be and isn't. As you step forward, King Gullop, still seated, the book now closed in his lap, but you see that he has not let go of it. So, my liege in camaraderie, Lord Tavaren, welcome. I see that you have taken well to the court's fashion, and I applaud that for you. Again, there's a few claps coming from the neighboring, and well, there we go. We just got your roll there, Ysdred.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, fashionably late.
Can I get a insight check from all of you?
Yes.
That's a dis.
Oh boy.
Better.
Oh wow. Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Tavaren, thank you. Thank you, Tavaren.
You saved it.
That's a nat 20 on that. Okay.
Net 20 for 26.
Yay.
Yo.
With the highest being 4 for Plum, 5 for Anna, and 10 for Ysdred. I don't know what you guys are... Maybe Tavaren's just...
I am in my element.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, remember when you wanted to do that Fey Wanderer Ranger that gave you advantage on everything Fey related?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is why I told you not to. Tavaren, you're sort of front and center looking at Gallop. Gallop's eyes are everywhere except for you. But this is not because he wants to avoid eye contact. It's because he is literally trying to... basically doing what you're doing is that insight checking every single member of his court as he's saying things. Right? This is somebody who's scared. Is it... Your mannerisms and knowledge of Fey customs are recognized by the... Oh, that's because you're... Oh, right, because you are Fey lost. Right, of course. Of course. Boy, oh boy. I need to remember that. You feel free to remind me.
Yes. That's what I was doing. Just a pencil reminder.
Where was I? I interrupted myself. Yes. You kind of notice that he's basically sort of looking to each as he's talking, and things are not going well. Let's put it that way. As you're looking about, he was already considered a weak king. The fact that he would compliment on you joining the court and that kind of thing, having you join his court maybe have been a power play of some sort. It's not working.
Okay.
So definitely, he says, well, of course, you, friend liege, you would not be in need of any title, but your retinue, I believe, would benefit from such a title. Do you not think so?
I agree.
Aye, very well. And, what is the most prized, wording? That's me looking for it, by the way. What is the most important task that a noble should be charged with? Justice, of course.
Yes, of course.
So, Lord Tavaren, please pick. We currently have a traitor amongst our ranks. Somebody who decided to go up against the authority of this court by helping a prized prisoner escape, which cannot be accepted. And as newly invited members of this court, I would wish to see how well you disperse justice.
Right, of course, yes. And this is about the prisoner. Was it a fairy dragon, perchance?
Yes.
Yes.
Haha.
Yes.
You see, this lord already knows things that I have not yet said. You are very wise, liege lord, friend.
I am actually. Yes, thank you.
Well, justice here is to be found in one way here. Combat to the death.
Is it
Between
now?
who and who?
Oh, well, your champion.
My champion.
Yes.
But we had nothing to do with aiding the escape of your prisoner.
Of course not. That would be No, we would not dare think that would be the case. Therefore, you are the perfect persons to mete out justice.
Ah, I see.
You see, if any other champion were to be chosen and that be a traitor, and he sort of looks to all the nobles, some of them shrink, others just shrug.
And who is the accused?
A former knight of the court, Morgoth.
And maybe see this Morgoth.
Of course. Guards, please escort the liege and his retinue to the dreaded Morgoth.
Thank you.
Now, this is why I did not move your tokens to the court, because you're going back across.
Right.
Right in front of the palace to, there we go. To this particular little place right here. And I will add 2 guards with you. There we go. Sort of rising from the soggy earth is a sturdy wooden hut with an open doorway on one side of it. At the back of the hut are 2 holding cells. I think mangrove roots serve as bars, with a small round door closing off each cell. The floor of one of the cells is covered with several inches of stinking water. The other holds a figure in rags sunk against the back wall. Yeah. And the two guards sort of stand, none of them sort of go in. They just stand at the opening of this door, sort of keeping watch towards you, and pretty much looking at what you would do next. I would say this as well, sort of in the background. Just above the cabin, you can kind of see there's in the sort of the white fog that keeps you away from seeing anything. There's this sort of a darker shape, just with streaks of light, like lightning, sort of hazed through. There's sort of these flashes of light coming from the other side.
Well, seems like we've been trapped in the intrigue.
Yes. And I'm guessing that, considering that that's the knight that they helped escape is quite nice, and Sir Tulliver's, I think we can consider him a friend. That we might have a problem, but just.
Yeah.
But let's have a word with this
Gentleman.
yes, this gentle person to see what happened.
Okay. As you, if you step in, the 2 guards sort of, they keep standing, but you can definitely see that they lean in towards the door to try to listen to whatever is going on inside.
Right.
Unless you do something about it, of course.
I will go inside.
Okay. By the way, Tavaren, are you still at 15 hit points?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm at 34 apparently.
Yeah, but those I think is still from the attack from the
marrow.
From the marrow, and most likely from the embers.
Yeah.
Consider yourself during the whole dress-up thing. Consider that as a short
Short rest?
if
Okay.
you need to.
Okay.
Well, thank you. That is much appreciated. Here's my character sheets here.
Dying on camera. A frog in my throat now. Okay. Yes, you. As you step into the cell, you have dark vision, if I remember correctly. Tavaren?
I need to check. Where does it say
Yes.
that?
Yes, I know for Ysdred. I'm pretty sure I know for Plum. I can't remember if you do Tavaren.
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm not sure why it would say that.
Normally, you should have it next to your passives. So passive perception, additional sense types.
Okay. Then no.
Okay. So in the gloom of this hut, which already is fairly sort of dark because of the gloom of the surrounding area, there is you find a bullywug, rags as in they would have looked like clothing, a bit like the clothing that Ysdred is wearing, actually. So that very sort of sort of that cut, sort of almost military. So none of the frills, none of the sort of very stoic, very clean, clean cut, not clean dress, very militaristic. But it's been manhandled, right? So there are tears, there's additional stains, maybe a few buttons missing, that kind of thing. But as the bullywug sort of blinks in your direction, she sort of stands, pushing herself against the. No, thank you. Pushing herself against the back wall to sort of stand in sort of this matter of pride. And she goes, and who might... Oh, I wasn't expecting a monarch. My greetings.
Greetings.
Are you here for my trial and execution?
Well, there has been mention of your trial, but we would like to hear your side of the story first before we get to the trial part.
There's a genuine look of surprise. Oh, I would have thought they would have told you. I am Morgoth, the former Knight of Warts, and quite proudly helped a emissary of the Summer Court to liberate himself with the help of Wigglewog, a trusted friend of mine.
And what happened to Wigglewog?
As we made our escape, we were almost caught by the guards and had to stay back to fight them off as Wigglewog and Talavar made way in one of the balloons. I have not seen them since, and even if I knew where they had gone, I would not tell you.
Well, we happen to know the Sir Talavar.
Oh,
We've met him.
I'll just when Tavaren starts discussing that, I'm at the entrance making sure I'll start talking to the guards in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Were you part of?
I'll-
Were you part of the arrest of this criminal? And so, just entertaining them and making sure that they're focusing on something else than the discussion
Make me a
they're
performance.
having behind.
Make me a performance
Can I
check. Yes,
can
Plum?
I assist? Can I assist her in that?
Definitely. Go ahead.
Just helping and doing the oohs and ahs and oh yes, that's incredible. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
such strong knight. Yes.
With advantage, that is a natural 20.
Yes.
I don't know why it's not coming up, but it's gonna come up, and it's there it comes.
There we go.
That's a crit.
Jeez. Okay. Yes. So Tavaren, you hear this happening, this distraction happening behind you, as the two guards are trip over each other in claiming the glory and of either the arrest of the chase. And whenever it comes to failings, they blame anybody else that is not here, basically.
Yeah, and I will of course continue in more harsh tones.
Yeah.
We have met Sir Tavaren. Well, actually, we have also freed him from another prison.
Oh, you mean his cage? Oh, you mean his cage? Yes. Unfortunately, we were not able to free him. But I believe that. Oh, but you've liberated him. Oh, well done, sir. Well done. You have, I thank you for accomplishing the mission for which I failed. But then again, if the result isn't, then I failed to complete it, and so I thank you for that.
Yes. Well, but so could you explain the circumstances of your liberation of the knight?
Oh, well, he was a diplomatic envoy, of course. I do not know how things happen under your care and guard, but under the reign of King Gollop's predecessor, there was no talk of imprisoning envoys from foreign courts. Dignitaries needed to be treated with respect, and diplomatic immunity is something that is in the bylaws for generations. I only upheld the honor of the court as it was supposed to be, and not the way Bavlorna wishes it to be.
No, we agree. I think that was a good action. It's unbecoming to yes, and imprison and envoys from other courts.
Good.
That would have also been bad if they did that to us.
Well, of course. No, I was charged with.
Oh, I just lost sight on my character.
What? You lost sight on your character?
Yeah, or maybe disappeared. I can't see anything anymore.
We've been having dynamic lighting issues.
I can refresh the page. It's okay.
Okay.
It was like really just like gone.
Where was I? Yes. Good. Right. So, if that matter is handled, then remains the matter of my trial and execution. I trust that you have been told of the method.
They said trial by combat.
Absolutely, to the death.
Yes.
And while I do rejoice in my innocence and accept the consequences of my actions, well, I would feel shameful if I were to strike down you or your champion in this cause, so I will gladly take the fall.
He said no other option.
Where are you,
Yeah.
Ysdred? Are you inside as well?
Yeah, I didn't move the token, but
Okay.
Ysdred is by Tavaren, kind of blocking the view.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, I'm more going. Well,
How good of an actor are you?
Well, oh, are you suggesting we use skullduggery?
Well, yes.
Why, that is downright
That's the best kind
mischief.
of. That's the best kind of duggery.
Make a persuasion check. You would have advantage.
All right. A 14.
No, 14. Okay. Well, I have put on a show or two. What would be the what would be the Soggy Court equivalent of Hamlet?
Froglet.
Froglet?
No. Bullywog the seventh.
Oh yes, because Richard III. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice one. Good.
Yes, my soliloquy for my soliloquy of Ogloth the seventh was quite well received. Yes, yes, we could do that.
You don't happen to have a spell of some sort, like feign death, that could help?
Oh, no. No. I believe the drama should be sufficient. They do not, and especially if you were to announce to the rest of the court that I was deceased, then they would most likely accept it. No one would counter the honor and truth of a monarch.
Hopefully, but they seem to have a bit of a tendency to decapitate their...
Only monarchs do that.
Good.
No. Just toss me in the water and it should be sufficient.
Let me... how good are you at performance fighting?
I could pull that.
You should pull that up. You should be able to pull that off. I can help with special effects if you want.
I might. Not sure about the ruffles, but
Right.
I mean,
we'll
if you
figure something
dramatically
out.
tear your dress during the performance, it could be impressive.
I think that might just be it.
Okay. Well then, I think this is where we sort of cut, right? And we cut from the scene, and we fast forward maybe a few moments to find yourselves basically on a green. because everything in this place is green. There's a mangrove tree stands in the middle of a patch of heavily churned mud, where rusting and rotten bits of armor and weapons are scattered. 2 lengths of chain are anchored on opposite sides of the tree trunk, each with an iron shackle on each end. You around this sort of seated on cushions above this sort of this proving ground, stands or sits or lounges the soggy court in person. Tavaren, you are standing, sitting, lounging, whatever position you might choose next to Gullop the 19th, still holding that leather-bound book. Anna in retainer. Plum, where are you? Well, no, actually,
Plum is probably the second. Ysdred second.
yeah, let's do that. Or is it Anna? Are you, if you're there for special effects?
Yeah. I'll probably serve as a second to Ysdred.
Okay. So
Well,
Plum, where are
apparently
you?
I'll be the retainer of the king then.
Okay. So Ysdred, you have your choice. No, actually, combatants are shackled by one wrist or ankle. So which member would you like shackled to the tree?
Wrist or ankle? Huh. I think probably the ankle.
The ankle? Okay.
Yeah.
Morgoth does the same. As you notice that she is... What kind of weapon does she have? Let's see. Oh, a glaive. Okay. So she's been given this rusty sort of polearm of a thing, which clearly is the kind that you give to the prisoner of the accused because you know it's not a good weapon, right? Sort of.
It's almost blunt.
It's almost blunt, definitely. On your hand, on your end, Ysdred, what weapon do you draw?
What do I have apart from the flay? Not the flay, the whip.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a whip, a flail.
I think you have.
Yeah,
a flail,
I have a flail. A shield.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So your flail and shield, basically.
I don't know. Maybe I will whip.
Okay.
Like, because the whip is more dramatic. And we're looking for dramatics.
I would argue that the flail is a heavier form of whip, but that's you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going for heavy impact, I'm going for psychological impact.
Okay.
You're gonna have to make believe that she has been killed, though.
Yeah, I mean, I can fake strangle.
Look,
with a whip.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Because I believe, because all of you are involved in this, let's make this into a group challenge. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So as you you stand in front of each other, the king sort of raises again that soggy handkerchief that just scoops down, dripping onto the soil, and basically lets it go. It drops like a stone into the mud at your feet, Ysdred, signifying the start of the combat. So
Before the combat starts, I
yes.
would like to give Ysdred guidance for the performance.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll just pet my horse beforehand. And just dismiss Nixie.
Okay.
No, don't banish Nixie, please. I'll need her later on.
Okay, I'll put her here.
Yeah, like she's going out of sight, but she's not really going away.
Okay.
She has instructions.
Ah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna move the whole soggy court here, but they are basically around Tavaren. Let's put you them here. There we go. Anna, you would be here as a second, and so forth. Okay. So what I would like to do is everybody roll for initiative, and well, no, we don't necessarily need to go roll for initiative. Basically, this is right. Morgoth is going to be fighting for her life. Ysdred, you are going to be playing the Savage Executioner. Anna, Plum, and Tavaren, each of you are basically going to basically going to tell me how you help with this whole thing being as most dramatic as possible, right? So, I will say this. Each of you can do one thing. None of you, but you cannot use this the same ability twice. So if somebody you weighs in performance, that is it. They're the only one who can do so.
Yes, so leave me the performance, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ysdred, if you want to make it, this doesn't necessarily need to be performance for you, right? It can be athletics, it could be acrobatics, it could be an attack, or something along those lines, right? So choose whatever how you're doing things.
Yes, but I need to make it believable, and so I think it will be more like performance.
Okay. So, I am going to. I'm going to have a look at this. This guy
So
right over here.
there's gonna be a mix of intimidation and performance on Ysdred's side.
Okay. Okay. So do you want to? Oh, no need for initiative. We'll just run through. I guess alphabetically. So, or no, let's start with the top. So Tavaren, let's edge from outside going in, right? So Tavaren, what is the first? What do you do? So King Gallop is at your side. The Soggy Court is around. You have the sort of a place of honor, as this is your champion fighting for justice and truth.
I think that I will be talking to the king and going like, yes, this is of course a very grave matter, and we totally agree that we should that this is something that cannot be just let slide, and we will take care of this. And I will basically be doing a deception.
Deception. Go. Okay. So go ahead for deception. So let's put I'm going to be putting the difficulty at 12.
All right. Let's see how this goes. Actually, you know what? I'll use my heroic inspiration for this.
Okay. To be honest, we've
still a 10.
Okay, so not the best. As you're sort of talking up the king is going to yes. Let's see what they do. More interested about what's going on rather than this other monikers of buzzing in his ear like a fly, and you don't want to be buzzing around a frog. Plum, what do you do? How do you participate in this?
I think while they're talking, I am going to observe, and I think I'm going to use insight to observe if there are people paying more attention than usual, to see if people are on our side or keeping in mind the revolution thing in paper that was written down. Just a general insight to observe everyone, to see if there is notable figures that we could ask help from if.
And maybe sort of hyping, sort of pushing and the sort
Yeah.
of... Okay. Go for insight.
And you know what? I'll use my heroic inspiration for that also. Oop. Critical success.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Right. Coming in a bit closer. Anna, what do you do?
Anna will probably see to use her prestidigitation to help with the effects, be it to add specks of blood on the fighter's clothing, especially Morgoth, when possible, or to illuminate Ysdred in dramatic moments with sparkles to make her more impressive, so that the fight gets that dramatic air, but also to cover if the blood appears on the clothing, it's gonna give a more realistic vibe to the fight.
Okay. What's the range for prestidigitation? 30 feet, right?
10.
10 feet. Yeah, so you're
10
a bit
feet.
far. You're a bit far from.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, blood splatter that can be very dramatic at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to be rolling for us?
I mean, it could be an Arcana check or a Deception check, but I think Deception has already been used by
Arcana. Do you want to do
Tavaren.
an Arcana, or do you want to do or spell? I would allow a sort of a spell attack.
I can do a spell attack. It's that or a spell attack. Okay. I'll do
Go ahead.
it. I'm just gonna roll Magic Stone because there's no
Right,
spell
yeah,
attack
yeah.
on prestidigitation, but... Wait, can I roll it directly over there? No. Okay.
I think above this, when you go into your spells, there's a you can just click on the button there, the plus.
Oh, I can. Okay, that's good. No, it doesn't.
Oh. I
Okay.
mean, you have your magic stone, right? So that's a 13.
Yeah, that's a 13.
Okay. Right. So 2 successes, 1 critical. So
Yeah.
you are looking good for now. Now Ysdred. So walk me through the fight as this bullywug in. She has not been given her armor back. She's barely buttoned up because half of the buttons are still maybe in her cell or somewhere in the marsh, holding a sort of worm-eaten staff of wood with a slab of metal that at once knew its sharpness, but has the sharpness of this weapon is beyond the memory of a dream. But she is mighty. There is definitely a way, as she does not make this easy. As in, she's expected to be a knight, and she shows off just as much as you do. So, walk me through the fight. What do you do?
So, Ysdred is gonna use her whip to, on appearance, maintain her at distance and cut her in appearance, while she will, in fact, cut through the clothes that would be excessive in the water. With the crack of the whip, and kind of hoping that at some point our dear friend is adding blood everywhere.
Is it something? What kind of fight is it? Is this something where are you sort of honorable? Or are you brutal? Are you cruel? What's the sentiment that you want to put into this?
So the sentiment is executioner.
Right.
Like implacable and like she's cutting through. She's not using words, like she's just doing the execution. That's
Right.
the vibe we're going
Okay.
through. So the whole point is cutting through any excessive piece of fabric that would make her drown or something.
Okay.
Big cracks of the whip. At some point, spiraling the whip around her neck, going through,
Okay.
adding any last words.
The as sort of Morgoth sort of dramatically, she doesn't drop the polearm. She sort of throws it away, grabbing with a flourish of the shoulders the whip around her neck, and murmurs. She stage whispers basically. It goes, you have found me guilty in the eyes of honor and the and the court, but I do not regret and my actions, and still in this moment defy the sitting king. And very much sort of in the dramatic, there is in no way that any of you four realize that she's hurt, right? This is play acting. You know
Yeah.
it, and you would notice if you were watching this. But the court, there's very much that drama. You can see you can see one of the retainers with a sort of fanning themselves, sort of falling again, almost falling forward into the pit. Plum, you were just there to catch them as you incited the fact that they were going to do this, and of course, you're sort of patting them down, trying to sort of attract the attention to this, sort of hyping the fact that this is very dramatic and very dangerous and sort. Of course,
And
Tavaren, you're whispering, completely lost at this point as King Gullop is his eyes wide, is watching this brutal execution having place. Anna, you sort of throwing in sparkles and effects as the whip sort of cracks. There's a you put it you exasperate the thunder of all of that, and as Ysdred, you've wrapped around, you're sort of holding up high. I want you to roll either performance or intimidation. Add a D4 because you were blessed. Well, you were guided.
Guided.
Yeah. Thank you for that. The guidance. So what do I
Actually,
have?
Tavaren, why don't you roll the D4 for us?
All right.
Performance or intimidation? Intimidation!
Oh, it's a 1.
Hey, a 1 is a 1.
And
There
that
we go.
is a
22.
22.
Nice.
Something?
Hmm?
So I would like to add a small spell, like
Okay.
so much energy,
Okay.
to add like when she will, like the cracking sound of the neck.
The Morgoth, there's that cracking noise, and Morgoth sort of doesn't go limp. She goes, and sort of throws her tongue out, which basically sort of goes limp all the way down to maybe her elbow, as she struggles and
And thank you, Marion Cotillard. And and then she just unravels her whip towards with disdain towards the water,
yeah.
where she drops in, and Nixie will grab below
From
water
okay.
from
Or
below
fake. Yeah, okay.
and drag her a bit far off.
Morgoth basically indeed sort of rolls, and you can see that the impulse that you give with the whip is not enough to have her completely roll into the water, but you can see she just moves of just a bit, sort of pushes off, and so that continues the roll, and then just slumps into the water, and you can feel Nixie's confusion as to what's going on. Sort of grabs the bullywug by the shirt, pulling her deeper into the water. At which point, you feel Nixie's again confusion, going, what's going on? As you understand that Morgoth sort of kicked off and is now gone through, gone sort of across the water to their own plans. There is clapping all around. There is cheers as to that was mighty justice, very very good justice. And as the as you are asked to but yes, I forgot that you were both shackled. But you know what? This is drama. Maybe at some point.
I mean, I could unravel and do everything from Ysdred's place.
No,
that's what I chose the ankle, like to have the arms for theatrics.
Yeah, but she's shackled, so rolling in the water and disappearing is going to be a bit complicated.
You know what? I mean, these are the Feywilds. Drama is more important than whatever. This is not a don't use this as a premise for any other of the shenanigans. Go, oh yeah, we're tied up. Let's be dramatic. The locks will open, right? So I see where I know you. I know you guys.
I plead the
would
Fifth
never
Amendment.
do that. Never.
I plead the Fifth.
Oh, of course you do.
But if you take the fifth, you also take Trap.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
What?
Nah, I didn't get that either, and I don't want to.
Yeah, never mind. Let's go on.
As you King Gallop sort of King Gallop the 19th sort of hushes you forward, Ysdred, to sort of kneel in front of him. At which he pulls out a sort of this long cane and basically so as thanks for for the act of dispatching justice on behalf of this soggy court ruled by Gallop myself, the 19th, I honor you. What is her name? What is her name again?
Ysdred.
Ysdred, the title of Knight of the Court, the Knight of Warts.
Anna starts clapping.
I didn't get that. The Knights of what?
Warts.
Warts.
Oh, amazing.
I mean, it is a froggy court. And yeah, it's totally awesome. Sorry.
Oh God.
Yes. Well. As for you, Liege Tavaren, I would thank you for your efforts and your lending of your mighty champion to this particularly. All of you, you are dismissed. I would have words in private with my equivalent.
Yes.
Good. And the all of them sort of slink away. Maybe that same retainer stays a bit longer, unless he would talk to you alone. So the other three are.
Yes. Yeah, no, I will also go like.
I
to
mean,
the
if he
others.
keeps one retainer, you
the retainer-
also have right.
The
Oh, yes.
retainer. The retainer stays as long as one of you doesn't just grab him and just pull back.
If
I'll
I mean,
I'll grab him, the retainer, and I'm like, all right, buddy, you're coming with me.
And we'll come with him.
I would speak to you about a matter of some discretion. If you
of course.
if you are to speak with Bavlorna, then I would have you bring her this from my behalf, and it's sort of, and he holds towards you the fairly large book. I would have you tell her that this in no case, well, it came into my possession, by circumstances not of my own. I would have her know that the only reason I had it in my hands was for safekeeping, of course.
Of course.
You
of
understand?
Course. May I ask about the nature of the book?
It is a book that belongs to her. I will. It is not my story to tell. He sort of moves back as in looking forward, and I am sure that she would not. She would not be favorable to anyone going through its content.
Of course not. Of course not. And I'm sure you have not.
I would never. Never. Well, if I did, it was only to make sure of the accuracy of its content. But only by its content could I be assured that this was indeed Bavlorna's. Of course, I never did it
yes.
by idle curiosity, just to make sure that the item was indeed what I was sold.
Of course, yes. I understand.
Of course.
And of course, we will do the same.
Yes. Well, no. He sort of places the book. Doesn't place the book in your hands, much sort of shove it towards you.
Yes.
As soon as you put it in your hand, you're a creature of a fae and innocence, right? You're sort of attuned to these kind of things. As soon as you there's that immediate reaction. It's bound in leather, but it feels icky. There's almost the same kind of reaction that you would have if you would put your hand in slime.
And you go, ew, 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 ew,
Yeah,
ew.
kinda, exactly that kind of go. There's something disturbing about the book. The book, as it sounds, you can sort of slightly read it. It's written in Sylvan, but it's got a there's how should I put it? It's written in Sylvan. If it's like reading a word. It's like reading a word in English or in French or Flemish, but written with Cyrillic letters. As in, you can read it, you understand it, but the letters aren't right. And it reads, Bavlorna's Book of Bad Blood.
Yeah.
And as soon as it is within your hands, the king sort of gathers his skirts up and waddles away back to hold court, and you are left alone upon this muddy field.
All right. And then I will return to the rest of the group with the Book of Bloody.
This would be Bavlorna's Book of Bad Blood.
Bad Bloods, yes. And once like I'll nudge over to the rest of the group and like, I have to.
And when I say the book, it's a big book. This is,
Like a tome.
as in no, this is large, right? This is not. It's
It's large.
It's
15 by
almost.
15 feet.
Don't get cheeky with me, sir. I will take
All
that
right, 10 by
monarch
10.
crown. No, it's as in it's maybe a foot by a foot, right? So it's about 30 centimeters. It's the size. It's what not A4, A5.
Yes.
No, A5 is smaller, so the A3. So it's a big book, and it is very much it's definitely been waterlogged. So a lot of the pages are sort of have soaked up moisture in water. There's no clasp, but there's a sort of string.
It's a good thing I have powerful build and it makes it easier to.
It's let's say that in your hands it looks like a normal book. In Plum's, Plum would probably be able to huddle underneath it for shelter.
Nice.
Evil shelter.
All right.
Yes,
Can we
so
have an
I-
idea of what's happening in the book?
Yes, like I huddle everyone together and then we start going like. So that's. I mean, he did say that he had to read it to make sure that it was what he said, what the other person said it was. So I feel that we are honor bound to do
Entitled
the same.
to make sure that we bring Bavlorna her book, right?
Yes. So come on, let's go find a quiet corner and read it.
You open the book?
Oh yes, in a quiet corner, but
Okay. I am going to share this with you.
I'll keep an eye out for people that are looking at us or
Yeah. Do
Curious
that.
I'm looking
people-
the view. I'm looking the view.
yeah, but
Yeah,
still
but-
like because there's still that dude was almost like pushing us in like yeah they could be traitors, who knows. So I'm like yeah I don't trust this, I'm gonna keep an eye out just to be
Okay.
sure, you know.
Make me makes me a perception check.
I'll help him.
Okay.
Thank
Advantage it is.
You I totally suck in it, so I'm very happy.
Ah, yes.
As I said, I suck very hard at this.
Not the best person to be put on point. I mean, you're half sticking out of the mud already, so it's not giving you a big advantage point. The book, as you sort of open it up, Tavaren, looks like basically it's a list of entries. You've name after name after name after name. And after with every name you have basically it's a list of grudges from Bavlorna. There's anything from anybody who sort of either scorned, mocked, or stolen from her is written in this book, basically. All of them are written in a sort of scratchy handwriting, in what seems to be sort of greenish brownish sort of ink. You're not exactly sure what kind of ink would have been used. And the eldest entries have already faded away from the waterlogged pages, but you know that should Anna look at it with her magical sight, those names would pop up brightly.
you mean this magical site?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Tavaren, you have that? Okay.
Yes, because I am a Firbolg.
Oh, that's from your Firbolg. Okay, perfect. Yeah, the magic here is definitely one. So the magic that is on the book is not one of evocation or necromancy or that kind. It's more about I think this would be abjuration, as in, or in, as in. It's a book that is protected basically, so that it would not. This cannot be destroyed. There is also sort of a sense of divination as well. You're not exactly sure what or how, what it could do, but like I said, most of the entries have sort of faded away. And to be honest, most of them are completely unfamiliar to you. These names are, but you do recognize a few. The first one being King Gullop,
Yes.
which maybe you understand why he was a bit nervous. As to allowing Sir Talavar to escape. There is Sir Talavar and well, this would not be
Willy Wag.
This is not Willy Wag. Unfortunately, I stole this from somewhere, and I should have paid a bit more attention to the words. This would be Wigglewog, actually, who was the Sir Talavar's companion, and who you know to have died in the attempt, in the escape attempt.
And then there's Kabatha Nightshade.
Yes. Who you know to be, well, one of the other two
Right.
sisters of the
Yeah,
of the
right.
coven.
Okay.
Oh, that it's gonna be very interesting. To know
Master
Yeah.
Maiden of Light. And I think then Octavian Meliamne is the only one we don't know.
Indeed. Who knows? You might be able to you might be, you might know them, get to know them later.
Yes, well, I mean, he's might still be alive because they didn't give their still beating hearts as payments.
Yep.
Oh wait, status: I took his heart by force and replaced it with a ghost heart. Okay, so
Charming.
probably still alive, I guess, but might be a bit goatee.
I don't know. All of a sudden, I've got a flashback to a certain. Wait, wasn't that in Tomb of Annihilation where there was somebody?
Yes, there was an object that was cursed that he was slowly turning into a goat.
Yeah, that was yes, that was the Ring of the Ram, but I think there was also a heart. It's one of the traps that you did not fall into.
Aw.
There was a cursed heart that. Oh no! Sorry, that's Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Whoops.
Okay.
Anyways, doesn't matter. But yes, you now have this book in your possession.
Okay.
All right.
What use is it?
Well, it's a list of enemies.
Yeah. But I mean, all next stop is kinda her, right?
Yes. I mean, technically, we could use this
How would we use this?
if we want to throw King Gullop under the bus. Yes, under the speedy snail.
Hmm.
Yeah, do you want to do that?
If so, we still have an item to find here, right? We're still looking
Yes.
for something here.
Yeah.
But another option would be to get into another territory. To suggest we go in revenge for and act on her revenge on her sister?
I don't know how to
She's
get there.
No, but I'm sure she has an idea. If she
Yes.
can get us to
Yes. To convince her that we might want to do that.
yeah.
Oh, to thither? Oh, I can get you there, says a small voice, forgotten among you, coming from a small scarecrow with a gourd for a head.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I can guide you through the fog.
Oh,
that
really?
would be most helpful.
There we go.
But you did say that you were going to try and get my head back,
Yes.
and that
Yeah.
maybe the hag had it.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
And you know what they say about promises in Feywilds.
Mhm.
Okay then.
Like honestly, I think it makes more sense if we go to Bavorna first.
Oh yeah, totally. We're not leaving without a head and whatever is in this realm. I think Ostana, you felt something?
Ysdred.
Ysdred, sorry, yeah, Ysdred. Yeah, sorry, the name is
Wow.
not changed. No, the name is not changed on
Oh, on the
on roll 20, and I
yeah.
was looking at the names on roll 20, and it's
Oh.
literally Anna, Plum, Ostana, and Tavaren. So
Yeah,
sorry,
Yeah.
it's
I
okay.
glitched.
I just got confused. Like,
Sorry.
okay. So, what did you want to know?
Well,
No,
Right.
you felt like you had something to find here, or you feel.
Yes.
You were saying that you were feeling a weird thing calling you here, right?
Yeah, I felt a direction, to be precise. I felt attracted towards the north.
And now?
Still the north.
Make me a Make me a... Would this be... This is not necessarily perception, right? This is really sort of understanding. Make me an insight check.
Insight. That will be a 12.
12. Difficulty is not high. There's a moment where you sort of close in, right? You close your eyes, you rely on your senses, and you sort of trying to feel out for that impression, that sort of magnetism that this one object, that trying to the echo of that feeling that you had once you entered this domain. And as you close, you turn towards, and you open your eyes. Your gaze has turned not north, but towards the center of the lake and just above it.
Wait. And it returns towards that direction, and she's looking upon the lake. Wait. What's in that direction?
As you sort of try to peer through the mist, there's a moment where you see the palace, right, above you, and you see just this clothesline sort of going up into the dark, into the fog, so just barely visible. But there's an instinct in you, from heart to gut, that tells you that there can only be one thing at the center of this lake, and that would be Bavlorna's hut.
I think we're much closer than we thought.
That's good.
And I would actually propose that on those words, we close this particular chapter.
Oh,
Okay.
chapter.
Well, chapter as in this session, right? Let me be dramatic, please. You've been dramatic all night. Let me give me a chance.
Fine.
No. Chapter. No. We are not. No. We're still a ways from the next chapter. Don't worry about that. No, you still
That
have.
could have been a bit weird, but that
Yes,
could have
absolutely. No. The next chapter is going to be thither. But yeah. Right. Look. We still have a bit of time for us, so we can maybe do what we usually do. Is that if you were following, folks, if you're following for the story, you can stop here. If you wanted to follow us and sort of backstage to talk a little bit about what's been going on here, feel free to stick around, and we'll have that little conversation. That okay with you, players?
Yep.
Right. So, for those who do not want to stick around, we'll see you next time. For those sticking around, well, yeah. See you in a minute. Right, okay, we're back. Jan will join us in a few moments. Let's change this music to something a bit lighter, shall we? So, how are we feeling?
Good.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
good.
was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
And the roles were actually balanced this time.
that is very true.
Jesus, yes.
And, welcome back, Jan.
Thank you.
Right, so, the Soggy Court.
Damp.
Yeah, there's something weird. A bit. There's something weird about the book here, whereas it basically says if the characters do not agree to wearing the soggy clothing, they are arrested, taken to jail, and that's how you meet the knight.
Okay, yeah. But how do you justify going from, oh, actually, we'd like you to wear this clothing, as to, you will wear those clothes or else?
Yeah, exactly. But it also so the idea is potentially you could have just missed that whole thing entirely. Except that your GM decided, I want to keep that scene, I want to keep that aspect, I want to have that dramatic thing, and so decided, you've accepted, well, we're still going to do ritualistic combat.
Forcefully involving you in decision making.
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't that what every quest giver does? Like, ever?
No. So, yeah. And now you have in your possession a hag's book.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll
With
see
the
how we
speci-
can use that.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you didn't. Tavaren didn't ask in what circumstances the king
He got the book.
right?
Yeah.
And now,
No. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a question that had been asked and not answered.
No.
Okay.
no, it didn't seem like a thing that he wanted to share in any way.
I think that if you had asked, you would have probably shared. Besides, I actually do think that you might already have an element of answer to that, but I'm not going to say anything more. Yeah, there's still a lot to explore here. It's funny how there is so much you can just miss.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, indeed. There are a lot of things that we...
I mean, the chapter's not over. You still
Yeah.
have you can still explore.
I mean, if it feels like the never-ending story.
How so?
Like there's deadly swamps, there's a magical tower there, there's a lot of talking trees and a lot of shenanigans, and it's all happening in the same time everywhere. So you have to go from point A to point B, maybe going through some detours. But yeah, stuff's gonna happen that you're gonna miss.
Oh, definitely.
So it very much feels like the never-ending story to me.
And is that in a good way, bad way?
Oh yeah, I really love the never-ending story. But don't you dare pull an Arthas on me with Nexi.
Well, I mean, she swims.
Yes.
Now that you're saying this, now I know why. I know specifically why you asked me to give you a swimming horse, and that's specifically because you don't want
That's not for that reason, but I found it very convenient right now.
Fair enough. I mean, to be honest, it is a horse. It is a. Well, it's a fey horse in your case, so you could just snap and snap again, and they would disappear and reappear, right? So it's not a real horse. It's not even a real horse for a fake NPC. It's not even a real fake horse. It's not. Anyways, it doesn't. It's a summon. So yeah, no, yeah. I'm rambling again. No, I'm glad we're back into this one. I'm glad I'm back in this one. This particular table. So yeah. I can't remember if I got the right voice for the king within the same session, but you know.
That's okay.
It doesn't matter.
Your croak was lovely.
I did find you didn't stick around to talk to the talking heads.
No.
Yeah, no.
Can I ask why not?
Probably because they were yapping a lot. And I'm sure there could have been a lot of useful information there, but I think there would have also been a lot of hideous mockery.
I mean,
I was
would have
very
been
happy
interesting
to
things.
just. I was very happy to just talk to the one dude and go like,
Clapperclaw?
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ysdred felt kind of uncomfortable with so many heads without bodies.
I mean, I would think that you, Ysdred, of all people, having her head detached from her shoulders, would be comfortable with talking to other heads detached from their shoulders. And I would actually say that they would look at you quite envious because your head is detached from your shoulders and you still have your body.
Yes, but not having your body is kind of a nuisance. So, Eh.
Fair enough. How about you, Plum? How are you liking it so far?
Fun, just being around, hanging around, and don't know what to do because I'm just a carny with more
You're
people
so
there.
much more than that.
Hey, that's what Plum sees himself. He's a carny. He's like, oh, nobility. How? What? Okay. Fake it until I make it. Okay. Okay. It's
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean-
okay. It's gonna be okay.
I mean, to be fair,
You were clutch.
that critical 21, as in, that was a carny reading an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's because I'm a carny.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know exactly what Anna's gonna tell you at some point next session.
Ah,
You
good.
know,
Sure.
nobles just perform exactly like you do. Just they don't have an audience clapping for you, so to be fair, they're losing on it.
You should have seen my brother when he realized that acting wasn't helping him through the jungle.
If that comes, that scene, I have an exact good scene for Heinrich. What he's gonna say about the jungle.
Ah,
I've been sitting for that for a very long time.
okay. Well, we'll see. We'll try and make that scene happen then.
But yeah, it's interesting because
Actually, it doesn't have to be with the whole crew if we feel that like that's gonna be crowded, but it could also be a quiet moment between Heinrich and Anna when Heinrich comes back from the jungle.
That's something. That's another subject. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another subject, but
But I found it also interesting to see each character reacting in a political way because he knew them while talking with everyone, being nice and helping, but seeing Tavaren in a full political way and being like, yes, let's do some good old skullduggery indeed. That's the best duggery. You're like,
But you know, he's also they are also full of shit. Like it's
Yeah.
just like, yes, I am a monarch. I just became that 2 days ago, and
did you like Anna's introduction, by the way?
yes, it did.
like I think Plum is like impressed by everyone, even the dramatic executioner thing. Being like everyone very impressed. So yeah, new opinion, new views from each character from Plum. Like okay, good.
But my god, is the Feywild random as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, always, right?
Mm.
But in what way this time?
I'm gonna see you
fucking
later,
co-
guys.
court
Yes.
frogs.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Go to bed.
We'll let you go.
Bye.
Take care. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Good night.
So yeah, Jan, you were saying.
Yeah, just the court of frogs is just
It's funny because the Bullywug have always been they've have this reputation of being sort of very cruel. They're let's see. There we go. So life as a Bullywug is nasty, brutish, and wet. These frog-headed amphibious humans must stay constantly moist, dwelling in rainforests, marshes, and damp caves. Always hungry, thoroughly evil, Bullywugs overwhelm opponents with superior numbers when they can, but they flee from serious threats in search for easy prey. They consider themselves the right and proper rulers of swamps. They follow an etiquette of sorts when dealing with outsiders. A Bullywug has two ways to advance among its kind. It can either murder its rivals, or they can find treasure or magic item and present it as tribute or token of obedience to its liege. So it's one of the, it's very, this is the drow of the swamp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so having them in this book be this mockery of regency, I found hilarious. And
Yeah.
what's funny is that they've pretty much decided that this is the type of Bullywug that made it in the 2024 book. So that you saw that the Bullywug Knight,
Yeah.
right? That is the Bullywug illustration for 2024.
Okay.
So it's fun how these things these things move about. But yeah, I really like this idea of this soggy court. And yes, the idea that okay, what's Emmy that was going. Oh, of course it has to be X this one the 7th because it's Richard III, right? That was perfect. That was perfect.
Exactly.
Though I would have accepted Froglet. Or McBirch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Yeah. Okay.
Right. I have primal knowledge. I could have rolled if I would raged. I would
Yes.
have rolled my perception check with advantage.
Strength.
I completely
Good to
forgot
know.
about that. Good to know.
Those.
Like I apparently survival and certain skill checks I can roll with perception if I use a rage for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but perception you can use with strength then, yeah.
Yeah, and I can use with strength.
Okay, remember that for next time. Of course, your rage is not discreet because when you rage, you go big.
Oh yeah, that's
Which,
with your kind of barbarian.
yeah, which I would have actually loved to see. I can imagine. Okay, Ysdred. Oh, the executioner. Imagine little Plum walking up to the plate and going, "Ha, muck."
Oh, I'm looking forward for level 5, so I can use 2 times enlarge on myself, and just become huge. Not large, but just huge.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Still need to use an occasion to use my fairy fire, so that's gonna be fun also.
Just remember, no spells when you're
Raging.
raging. So, and I believe you lose concentration when you rage. So, we'll see. We'll see how
Yeah,
that.
indeed.
But I mean, it's all fairy fire is so useful even outside of combat. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, if that's all, let's leave it there for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to my players, thank you again. Loving playing alongside you. You give me opportunities to stretch my mind in strange ways. And to you folks who are watching, well, thank you for sticking with us. We should be back to a sort of a regular. I'm not gonna say that because every time I say we stick to a regular schedule, we don't. So you know what?
We'll see you when we see you.
Welcome to the Feywild. Time is soup. Goodbye.